Well, we welcome you back to another Green Room session. I'm Paul Goodnight, here with Erik Palmer, our worship leader, and behind the camera there is Jason Van Dorsten. A little known fact about Jason is that he writes Mike Minter's messages every week. Most people don't realize that. When Mike refers to the download, we certainly know what he's talking about there. I'll probably get in trouble for saying that.
Yeah, it's actually an upload. If you knew what that really meant.
Well, as you know, each time we get together for this, it's the opportunity to introduce a new song. But another value in this is for you to get to know Erik a little bit more and kind of the direction that we're taking with worship at Reston Bible Church. Some of the things, the reasons why we do some of the things we do. And I was thinking about this week. How, a lot of churches, our size, will choose to hire musicians to come in and be a part of the worship team. Obviously, RBC, that's not what we've chosen to do. Just wanted you to speak maybe to the talent level that God's given us here at RBC.
Yeah, we are very blessed. I think as I look back years when we used to have a Saturday night and a Sunday morning band, because we actually at one point we really didn't have a rehearsal time, so we would just get together on Sunday and sort of run with it. So when we moved in here, we had this small pocket of guys from both that we were kind of threw into a pot, and then my desire was to see that grow and be, several people deep at each position, so we weren't burning people out, being here all morning, all the time. And by God's grace, we found the people that fit in well with us. And if you're looking to come and play and show everyone what you can do, and constantly be doing more than what's required, I mean, that's not what we're looking for. The great thing about the people that we have is that they're incredibly talented, but what you see is actually very little of what they can actually do. And we have people that are passionate about music, but are also passionate about worship and about God receiving glory from what we're doing. And they're willing to play a much smaller role to be a small percentage of the pie, so to speak. And then as that thing comes together, we're able to produce something that we believe is what we're looking for. So I'm just thrilled with the people that we have. When we hang out in here during the morning, we have a great time just laughing together and being a little too noisy. And we do actually pay them with less than stellar food options on Sunday. A lot of snack food and breakfast burritos and things like that. But it's a great group.
Well, so. I'm always impressed too with just the commitment level of, especially when we were doing 3 services, the team plays through all 3 of those services, not to mention practice in the week and sort of.
Right, they're here from 7 or so until 1 o'clock, and it's a full day. I mean, it's a work day for me, and for them to give that amount of time given up from their families is a big commitment, and we're thrilled to have the people we have. So.
In the bigger picture of things taking place in the worship area of Reston Bible Church, obviously you're the point guy for that. In your mind's eye, where do you see worship going at Reston Bible Church? Where would you like to see it go?
I as we look forward in sort of the not too distant future with Pastor Mike, looking at moving on at some point in the coming years, I would love to know that the worship ministry, as well as the other ministries of this church, are strong enough and enough a part of our culture here, and a part of our sort of our core values, that when people walk in here, they don't just think, I only come for the teaching, or I only come for the youth ministry, whatever, but that worship would fold into that same mix, that RBC has this DNA that is incredibly worshipful, that people want to come here and worship together. They want to hear great teaching. They want to hear just about the great things that are happening in the lives of our people. So how you do that is tricky. I mean, we've really chipped away over the last few years at, who are we? What's our identity as a worshiping church? What songs are we going to do? What's the style of music? And we've just really seen a lot of growth and a lot of change, and even the freedom that's experienced on a Sunday morning with people. And we're seeing that grow and grow and grow, and that's exciting. And to me, that's a good barometer for just knowing. That's when you're supposed to say, it's pronounced thermometer.
I'm not smart enough to tell.
a barometer just to know how do you even gauge that? Like you can't. It's hard to do, and it's hard to just say, well, we saw 30 hands up this week, so we must be doing something right. But just that people are cutting loose. They're walking through the door and they're just leaving their baggage and saying, God, I want to experience you here. And to know that people are coming to RBC and doing that is an incredible blessing. And just to be able to lead that time is an incredible privilege. So we're looking to do some recording, especially in this next year, and quite a bit of writing and things like that. We want to be able to not just choose songs that fit where we're going as a church. We want to be able to write and sing together about what God is showing us as a collective body, because I think that's one of the best ways for us to experience Him together as a community. So,
I would say, Sunday mornings, there has been this, change, this momentum that's taken place, in the worship area where, to your point, where people, I think, are feeling more free to express themselves in that way, and and generating the ability to love Christ through the worship ministry, and it's really exciting to see. And obviously a big part of that is what you have been choosing to use in way of songs that lead us into God's presence. And this week you've got one called "The Lord Our God" that you're getting ready to introduce, and just a fabulous song. And with that, related, I was going to just ask you maybe to relate how that song ministered to you and your wife specifically, given some of the things you guys have gone through recently.
Yeah, my wife just recently had surgery to, it's a long story, but to remove a parathyroid, which has caused her calcium levels to be, depending on who you ask, dangerously high for a few years, and trying to figure out how to fix that. There's a lot of long-term things that can be associated with that, and so surgery was an option, and we decided to go through with that. And it's this is actually a song that we have on a playlist that is almost constant at our house, and is always constant on my wife's phone as she's just plugging it in anywhere she can, just to listen to some of the songs that we sing as a church. And the bridge of the song says, we won't move without you. You're the light of all and all that we need. And that's a tremendous promise that He is all we need, but also that we have a desire and we have that trust that we don't need to move. We don't need to sort of push ahead, not knowing that God is with us in what we're doing. And through this whole process of just even making a decision, is this the right call to even have this operation? Or there was a doctor's advice, but is that what God has for us? And He has a unique way of just sort of slotting things into your life that really give you some assurance that that's the right direction. And we believe that God was steering us there. And by His grace, she's doing incredibly well, and things are normalizing, and everything looks great. But despite that, I just got back from summer camp teaching the students about the fire furnace, and when Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego were put into the furnace, and they basically believe that God's going to deliver us either way, whether we come out of here alive or not. God is still God, and He is faithful, and we can trust in knowing that He has gone before us in everything, whether it's a surgery or a big life decision. We believe that God was working powerfully, and to be on the sort of the other side of that is a pretty incredible blessing, and we're so thankful. But at the same time, it's wonderful to trust and to know that, God, we're waiting on you, and when you move, we'll move with you. And I'm excited just to, as a church, to sing that together, and hopefully be part of our, something to celebrate as a church. That God, we want to see you move, and it's exciting to see that. So,
in this song, it having the impact that it's had on you and Lisa. Through the recent journey for you guys. Actually, it's been an ongoing thing, I know, for you guys for a couple of years. But I'm excited for our congregation to be able to, take a song that, had a specific ministry and some people that, the lives of the church, and then to be able to have that song, allowed to minister to them in a larger context, and perhaps it'll be the same kind of thing for them as they're walking through their own, trials or decision processes, that they'll be able to be, harken back to something like that. That we don't want to move either. We want to follow that same thing. We want to be, we want to be people who are just, in step with what Christ wants for us. And so I'm excited for this song to be introduced, and for our family to be worshiping together in such a mighty way.
Yeah, that's good.
Do not show my bug bites.